what's going on, guys? Mark Brooks here with Applied Vision Baseball. Hitting is hard, all right? Let's break it down. It takes 400 milliseconds for an average major league fastball to reach home plate. It takes about 125 milliseconds for the brain to see the ball come out of the release point and for the brain to tell the body to swing. And the average swing is about 150 milliseconds, right? So that means a hitter has about 150 milliseconds to recognize the spin, speed, and location of a baseball and put a good swing on where they think the ball will be at point of contact. In a game that's loaded with failure, right? As a hitter, your biggest challenge is going to be confident and stay confident when you're not getting your results, right? If the only place that you're going to be able to grow confidence is from whether or not you get a hit, then you will always be a slave to your stats. On the other side, if you can find a way to draw confidence from things you can control, things like being prepared, right? Loving adversity, right? Embracing the challenge, rising to the challenge, being a good teammate, being a good competitor, putting pressure on the defense, making the pitcher work, now you have a chance to earn some freedom, right? Have you ever hit a ball so hard, so right on the screws that you didn't even feel the ball come off the bat? That's the best feeling in the world, right? Well, that's what winning the at-bats is all about, right? One of my favorite lines from Steve Springer is, if hitting was about talent, then every player drafted in the first round would play 10 years in the big leagues, but that's not what you see. What you see are first-rounders who never make it out of A-ball, while the guy who got drafted in the 50th plays 10 years in the show. It's because it's about the mind, it's about the approach, right? For me, the approach starts with posting up, getting a good pitch to hit. Ever since a pitcher's 9 years old, what are they taught to do? Keep the ball down. Why? Because a pitch up in the zone is an easier pitch to hit. It's easier to look up and then adjust down the same way it's easier to look away and adjust in, right? That pitch that starts down in the zone, especially that breaking ball, right? Where's it going to be at point of contact? It's going to be in the dirt. It's not a strike. We can't swing at that. But that breaking ball that starts up, where does it break after point of contact? It's right in our wheelhouse. That curveball up in the zone and that flat fastball up in the zone is going to be some of your hardest hits. Next, we talk about keeping your finger on the swing trigger. Why is it that we're late on the fastball or we freeze on a good pitch to hit? It's because we're not ready to hit, right? We're thinking, if it's a strike, I'm going to swing. Instead of thinking that the next pitch is going to be a strike, it's going to be the best pitch I'm going to see all day. That's the mentality. We got to be thinking yes, 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 no on a ball. Yes, 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 go on a strike. Good hitters do not get cheated by the fastball. Then it's about attacking the inside part of the baseball. 90% of your thrown away at bats are going to be from pulling pitches you have no business pulling. Attacking the inside part of the baseball is about driving the ball up the middle, trying to hit a line drive off the pitcher's neck. Right? Then we're going to swing with intent. I see it often. The hitter who tries to apply what they learned in practice into the game. What happens? We lose our killer instinct, right? We lose our feel for the bat. So we try to just swing at the ball, trying to make contact or trying to not miss, right? We're hoping we can hit instead of knowing we can hit. Big difference. Lastly, we're going to be a great competitor. We're going to compete or tell off, especially with two strikes. Competing means putting pressure on the defense, making the pitcher work, putting the ball in play. All right? In my mind, you will never be a good hitter if your shoulders shrug when I ask you what your approach is. One of my favorite lines from Steve Springer, and by the way, he's taught me about 90% of pretty much everything I know about hitting, especially the mental side. One of my favorite lines is that hitting is about the approach, the mind, and then the mechanics. One of the first lessons that I learned when playing D1 baseball was that being on full scholarship did not guarantee playing time. I fought for playing time my senior year the same way I fought tooth and nail for playing time my freshman year. I played for 2 years under Coach Marvel Melendez, and for the past 10 years, I've been working closely with Steve Springer, who's the former performance coach and scout for the Toronto Blue Jays. And like I said, one of my favorite lines from Steve Springer is that hitting is about the approach, the mind, and then the mechanics. Because you can have the best swing on the planet, all the confidence in the world, but if you have the wrong approach, your mechanics are going to break down and you're going to lose your confidence. Right? The approach is everything, and that's what winning the at-bats is all about.